Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ESL Go4Battlerite Cup number 4 for Europe. Of course, this $100, €100 tournament is presented by ESL. We are simply Battlerite, R-I-G-H-T, of course made up of me, TJ, and my co-caster, Dropbear. And oh boy, we have a big tournament today. I didn't expect this.
Yes, we do have 57 people checked in, 77 teams signed up, but 57 managing to check in before time. But we do have a pretty big match up underway. Just quickly, before we get into that, let's just have a very quick look at the current ladder for this week, which has a few big names here. First of all, Project Horizon, which is currently seed first. They're in this week's tournament. So that's Blanks and Hick. They won last week as well, so 2 tournaments under their belt.
Yeah, they're a terrifying team, and definitely one to keep your eye on. The other teams in general that have been solidifying themselves as the top teams in the region are, of course, Easy Keepo, BT, and Bruce Lee. And arguably Browse on Fleek. I've watched them enough that I'd be terrified to go up against Iska and Rifletown. But they are hanging out in that 4th place slot. Below them, Burning Sands and Paralysed have been inconsistent. Paralysed notably getting knocked out by what was then the much lower placed team, Browse on Fleek, in the last week's tournament. And Time Goat have slid all the way down to placing number 9, and they didn't sign up this week. So that's gonna put them fairly far down.
That does mean that we will probably see well, we do have Entrophics, but I don't see no, we do also have Hello, which is My.Con Hello in the tournament. So we do have everyone in the top 8 trying to fight for their to solidify their slot. That's quite interesting, although we do have a few normal faces like Fear Esports and Helium Mika, I believe. Plus, of course, there's enough teams in here. Team Rogue, the tier 2s, we'll call them. My.Con Beasts. We got Zayfor, the Russians.
Yeah, and I think we're even ready to go into our first match. If you'd like to go ahead and ready up, we can slide right into that, of course, between BANJI Gang and My.Con Beasts. This isn't the My.Con team at the top of the ladder currently. This is one of their lower placed teams, but still under that same organisation / group of friends. They're, of course, going to be over on the right-hand side of your screen when we get into game, and BANJI Gang will be on the left-hand side. Dropbear, I don't know too much about either of these teams or either of these players. However, I have seen Beasts play before under a different name. I believe that they are the team that I'm favouring. Of course, that is based on limited information, but I'm gonna put my money on them.
I do know that Little Master is a very good on his hero. He has picked up Rukan. Do have Turkeys on the Lucy. We do have Scoris with a odd Rook pick, and as we'll call him as on the Jade. Interesting to see a Jade in this level of play.
Yeah, and I'm loving this Rukan here, already very aggressive onto the Rook, absolutely tearing him apart. Consume comes out to eat up a lot of Jade, and there's the silence coming out. Little Master putting on an absolute masterclass here. There's a little bit of focus going on to Turkis' Lucy, though. That cannot be kept up. If Little Master couldn't intervene like he did, it could have been very bad indeed, but instead it was intervenable, and now we just have a couple ultimates flying out of Little Master. He's been able to recover, though, and it's come out to about even.
As we do get into the 1 minute mark, we do have very low health on all sides. Very interesting ultimate.
Oh.
That'll be 2 grabs in favor. 4 grabs onto Rook. 1 help. Hands.
Oh my god. The claws of victory flying out there from Little Master as he just spams the Claw of the Wicked there. And was able to absolutely obliterate with just tiny little bits of damage, and it didn't seem like Scores knew quite what to do in that situation. Of course, giving the first round in favour of My.Con Beasts, now up 1-0.
Well, all is not lost. Did see some very interesting play from our Jade, but we will have to go into the second round here. Interesting control by Lil Master, just managing to force them into this choke point, if you can call it a choke point on this map. It's quite an open choke point.
Yeah, I mean, Jade and Rook seem like the perfect combo for center control, for orb control, but instead they're just being forced out by this Rukon, and the perfect backline play out of this Lucy as he snipes the orb. Very well played out of 2 cats. Now the Rook's going to rush him down and manage to get a stun. The Clarity Potion buys him a little bit of space though, and he's going to attempt to kind of fall back and gain the aid of Little Master.
As we see Jade having to stealth away, and a good petrified. That's a good ultimate though, getting 4 hits onto the Lucy, and then immediate snipe. It's a very lucky variant, but then goes the ultimate, and oh, Rook is very good that he had his stun into the wall, but it won't be enough.
No, Little Master gonna hang out behind him for a time being, just keep chipping away at that Rook's HP. Now as he tries to fall off, it's gonna be the Shadow Bolts following through. He's forced to eat. That means he has very little EX abilities, and he won't be able to grab Orb, pretty much sealing the deal here as the panic lands, and the Shadow Bolt is the final stamp on that round. 2-0 now in favour of My Conviction Beasts as they wrap up another round with a tight little bow.
Probably the biggest question here is usually we see them go a damage hero and then a healer, which is going to be Lucy in 2v2s. You'll see maybe Sirius or Polymer in 3v3s, but no healer on the side. They're instead going double damage. Do you think that's going to be hurting them?
I don't know. I think the double damage that we've seen it a couple times, and you have to remember, have been out for a week, so I don't know the current standing of the meta, but the double damage generally hasn't worked out. Generally, the healer just makes you win the chip game in the long run, but every now and then, at the highest level of play, we see that double damage lineup absolutely tear apart a front line. And that's not happening here, but it definitely could if they manage to lock down their control as they should be and stop taking these really, really bad 1v1s, which they are.
Well, they need to focus that Lucy managing to get right out. Rook just sliding out while Jade bounces around. Interesting ultimate from Little Master. Sorry.
And the Little Master kind of overextended here in between 2, but the Rook ignores him. There's the Jade ultimate, the explosive shots, doing a lot of damage onto this Rukon, but it didn't amount to much in the very end as he was able to dodge quite a bit of it with his consume. Now he has to worry about his ally though. That poor Lucy stunned, smacked, and very low on HP, but Scorsese has a similar fate and no self-healing to go ahead and rectify it as he does pop what little he has in the form of that eat, and now rushes in onto this Lucy. Lots of damage. The stun follow through is great, and if he can land that boulder, it could indeed be the kill, but he needs to protect his Jade now for the time being as they're both so very low. There's the HP nuggets grabbed by the Jade, and they're gonna both survive. There's the ultimate coming out. The crippling go follow through will guarantee the Rook though, and it's all down to this low HP Jade. Nice read and a kill.
I think the barrier on Lucy is still way too strong. It's you just saw it just be completely pop and just absorb the entire ultimate of Az, and also the sniper of Az as well, which is very scary to think about. Usually all that just rips through an opponent.
Yeah, as of right now, though, we're going to have to see them fall back and kind of sort out their situation, because I do think, you know, as much as you talk about their chip game, they could benefit from a little bit more of it over here on the blue side, because they keep charging into beasts. They keep just taking 1v1 fights that don't work out in their favour. Let's just leave that there. And it will be this Jade yet again taking a 1v1 quickly, turns into a 1v2 and leaves him in a bit of a bad spot, but then the explosive shots come out, lots of damage at close range onto this poor Lucy, but the Clarity Potion interrupts the snipe, and now the Wraith form is tearing him apart. There's the kill. There is the Rook ultimate. It's going to be completely cancelled out by a nice timed claw of the Wicked, and Tuxie will survive with slivers of HP as the armor break doesn't do nearly enough bonus damage to keep this poor Rook alive. He's going to keep being hammered in. Nice combo with that boulder, won't allow him to guarantee orb, and that should be the end of his life as he rushes on in and eats a crippling go.
That is pretty brutal, I would say. it looks like Skronage is did deal even more damage than Fort, but dealing the same damage as Lil Master. But even then, you got Lucy who's able to heal yourself back up. There's not much to say about it apart from that. But we do see all Battlerite. Let's see if we can make this a complete donut.
Yeah, we're gonna get right back into it now and hopefully see something new out of BANJI Gang, because My.Con beasts are now at map point, match point, and they can play their cards right. It will be a nice stealth snipe combo coming out from this Jade. If he can land a disabling shot, he might have stood a chance, and he cannot, but the Rook does come in, guarantee a stun. Now going on to the backline Lucy, this is the right call. If they can focus out this Lucy, it could be huge, but the snipe miss, it lands on the wrong target, and now this Jade's going to be focused out, guaranteeing a 1-on-2 onto the Rook. Frontline scores, he will be hopped in vulnerable as the Berserk is triggered, but now the deadly injection combo flies in. Boulder will separate him from his target. There's the focus onto this Lucy, but he's going to be focused in turn and slain. Jade in a 1-on-2 for the match. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, especially when you're in the corner. Has to jump out, and yeah, that's dead. 5-0 in favor of the Beasts. But then again,
that's the right reaction.
Yeah, this pretty standard matchup. But hey, we didn't pick this match just because of this matchup. We did pick it because next up, they have to face Burning Sands.
Burning Sands.
Number
Burning
5.
Sands are a very impressive team in their own right. They're of course gonna, if they carve their way through their bracket, face off against Browse on Fleek, of course another one of the top teams, and a winner of that, assuming both those teams get there, you know, failing an upset, will probably face Project Horizon, of course the top team in the ladder right now. So that's what we have to look forward to. We are going to continue with My.Con Beasts versus Burning Sands in just a few moments. If you don't mind taking a quick break, grabbing a cup of tea, and coming back to our next match in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere, we've got a lot more ESL Battlerite action coming your way.